Tonight on Access TV, it's Gotham Comedy Live. Get ready to laugh with Andy Woodhall, Jodi Miller, Derek Gaines, John Fisch. This week's host, Margaret Cho. Gotham Comedy Live, all happening right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Margaret Cho.
Everybody, welcome to Gotham Comedy Live. I have an Asian friend here that I bowed to. Is that your boyfriend? Your husband? Oh, he handsome? No, he's real handsome because you know when you see, that's really good because you know when you see because you're really beautiful Asian woman, and it seems like whenever I see a beautiful Asian woman, she's always with the most busted face, broke down white man. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bitch, are your eyes that small? Good for you. Good for you. Beautiful couple. I'm glad that you guys are here. This has been a really hard time for comedy, and I just want to share with you, my mother in comedy passed away, who was the great Joan Rivers. And so it's hard to be in New York because everything reminds me of her, everything. And I loved her. I think that I was her Soon Yi. I was like that Asian baby that you adopt late in life because you think it's gonna be low maintenance, but then ends up fucking your husband. But I really loved her, and she saw herself in me. So she was really, really good to me, and I think what I loved about her is that she just didn't care. We had this stupid running joke for 20 years because I'm Korean, so she was always afraid that I was gonna eat her dog. So whenever I would go to her house, she'd be holding her dog, and her knuckles would just get whiter and whiter. Whenever you come over, the Yorkies are so quiet. But she was my friend that I would go to when I had a bad night. Sometimes in comedy, you have bad nights, and so she was my person. And the last time we spoke was in May, and I had bombed at this benefit for rape victims. That's really sad to bomb in front of rape victims, because that means you are worse than rape. But there's reasons why I did poorly. It's because I am also a rape victim and a childhood sexual abuse survivor, so I can make jokes about it if I want to, but they didn't think that. But Joan had done the same benefit a year before, and they hated her even worse. So when I talked to her about it, she was like, oh, fuck them, I hope they get raped in the ass. It just made me feel better. It turned my frown upside down. And I think a lot of comedians loved her for that. That was such an important thing. And she had her funeral here in New York City, and all the comedians after their Saturday night shows, we all came from all different parts of the country to come to New York to say goodbye to her. And so we were all at her funeral. It's a big, giant temple here, and everybody's crying and crying because we had lost our mother. So we're all crying, and Howard Stern delivered the eulogy. And Howard Stern was crying. It's so sad to see Howard Stern crying. And finally, through the tears, he managed to speak, and he said, Joan Rivers had such a dry pussy. Her pussy was so dry, it was like a sponge. And when she would get in a bathtub, all the water would get absorbed in there, like... And Joan used to say that if Whitney Houston had as dry a pussy as Joan, she would still be alive today. My pussy's not dry. But that's just because I have allergies. My pussy's all right. I mean, it's fair. I do not have an ass like Kim Kardashian, no. That, I'm like, what is that? The way she's coming up out of that, it's like ass in the box. Like, boom, bah. I kind of don't believe it. I mean, like, what, you know, I have flat ass, Asian, very Asian. We just have a flat ass, but for some reason, fat pussy. Like, that's my cross to bear. Why is it like that? Like, I'm like, you know, slim person. Like, Joan always wanted me to lose weight. She's like, oh, if you gain any weight, I'm gonna fucking die. And then she died anyway. But for some reason, I gain all my weight in my vagina. Like, what kind of crunches do I have to do to get rid of that? Like, what do I don't know. I mean, I like a woman with a little meat on their vagina. You don't want a flat vagina. You don't want like a crease. You know? You don't want like an origami pussy, because that's just like, that's not good. Like, you want a soft, pillowy vagina. Like I want to rest my head on it so I can listen to the ocean. The ideal vagina should look like the neck pillow that you get on an airplane. You're like, oh, I'm in business class. But my vagina is like really, I gain all my weight there. That's like where it goes. You know, I eat something, goes right there. A moment on the lips, a lifetime on the lips. But I'm really excited here because we're going to see some like amazing comedians. It's very exciting. I'm excited my mom's not here. My mom just, you know, they're so proud that they came to America so that I could talk about my vagina. I showed my mom a video of Miley Cyrus twerking, and all my mom said was, oh, she's shaking out all of her luck. Okay. We have an amazing lineup for you. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV, live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. Andy Woodhall is taking the stage when we return.
Show, please welcome the very funny Andy Woodhall.
Thank you. Thank you very much, New York. All right. Thank you. I got married myself. I got married. That's what I did. Married a single mom, too. Thank you. Married a single mom. It's the best thing in the world. If you never hung out with a single mom, fellas, give it a shot. They party harder than anyone else on the planet. I thought that I partied hard when I went to Mardi Gras with my roommates in college in New Orleans. That is nothing compared to a Tuesday night at an Applebee's with a single mom when she doesn't have her kids the next day. That's a real party. Plus, you start sleeping with a single mom, you get to have a brand new kind of sex. You sleep with a single mom, you get to have a kind of sex I didn't even know existed 3 years ago. You get to have, we need to be quiet. Because there are kids in the next room, sex. Yeah. Have you guys had it yet? Have you had it, younger couple over here? Have you had it? Not, if you haven't had it, find some kids and get in a closet nearby. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Because it's way better than you think it's gonna be. It's way better. It's kind of an adrenaline rush to know that at any moment you could scar someone for life. Yeah. We could break up. She could forget about me. I bet her daughters won't. It's not a totally new experience for me. I have had, we gotta be quiet, my mom and dad are upstairs sex. I've had that. I've even had, we gotta be quiet. My college roommate is literally in the room with us right now, sex. And that is the kind of sex that I don't have anymore. I'm an adult. I don't do it if there's a third person in the room against their will. That's rude to do. That's rude. But when I was 18, it was a different story. When I was 18, if there was sex to be had, I was going to be having it. And I could have been anywhere. I could have been at a funeral. And if a girl was like, we should have sex at this funeral, I would have been like, okay, help me get my grandpa out of the most comfortable spot in the room. We could go right ahead, but Grandpa's hogging all the lay-down space. I remember I was in bed with my girl in college once, and she said, are you sure we can? What about your roommate? And I said, don't worry about him, he's asleep. And my roommate was on the other side of the room going, Andy, I'm not asleep. Please don't, it's the afternoon. Don't you guys have class? And we didn't, so we did it anyway. And like I said, it's rude, because he's in the room, so he's participating a little bit. Don't you think? A little bit. I'm not saying that we touched him, and he never touched us. But if you're in the room, 3 out of your 5 senses are kind of just along for the ride, aren't they? We had sex with 60% of that guy that afternoon. It was a 2.6 way, real fun day. Love my wife, I love my stepdaughters. We've been together almost a year. We've only had one major fight, only one fight between my wife and I. Here's what it was. I was unpacking my boxes after we moved in together, and my wife saw me, and she goes, what are you doing with those dishes? You bought those dishes when you were living with another woman, and I don't want another woman's dishes in my home. And I get where she's coming from. I see some of you nodding your heads in agreement with her point of view. But before you decide that she's right and I'm wrong, I like to point out that my wife has 2 daughters. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm being unreasonable. I'm just trying to say you didn't show up for the picnic with no basket of your own. That's all I'm trying to say. If you want to get into specifics, I like to point out that my dishes don't kind of look like my ex-girlfriend. You know? My dishes don't go over my ex-girlfriend's house every other weekend and then come home and tell us how they wish that they lived in her cabinets. Lucky I found my wife. I internet dated. Before I found her, I internet dated. Here's what internet dating is. If you've never tried it, you put all this information about yourself onto the internet. And then the internet lets you know who it thinks would go out with you. And my experience was the internet's a real dick about it. Never got any good suggestions. It's always like, hey, Andy, we see you like to lay around on the sofa and eat junk food. Maybe you'd like this girl with a lazy eye. So you like, quit making up puns, internet. I'm trying to meet my soulmate. The dates are tough because as soon as you get on an internet date, you have to address it. You have to get on that date and you got to be like, okay, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Because I got a lot of stuff going on with me that I did not put on the profile. And I can see clearly that you may have left off a thing or two yourself. Like, when did you lose that ear, for example? And how are your glasses staying on? That's what I want to know. They're not even crooked. That's a joke reason. The real reason internet dating's tough is because people that internet date, we don't want one-night stands. We want to have relationships. So you have to be honest about who you are on that first date to see if you can be compatible. And I would always try to be funny instead. So I was out with this girl once. It was going great until she says, my problem with dating so far is all men are assholes. Because as soon as we sleep together, that's the last I hear from them. We have sex, then they never call me again. Men are assholes. What do you have to say about that? And if you can believe it, I had several things to say about that. If you ask me again, I'll be smooth. I'll be like, hey, I'll have sex with you right now, and I'll call you during it. If that's all you need, it's a quick fix. Who is your service provider? If you have Verizon, we don't even have to use our plan minutes. We have unlimited in-network minutes. But I don't say that. I just say the first thing that comes to my mind, which is, did you ever think maybe all men are not assholes? Maybe you are awful at doing it. Did you ever think about it like that? Yeah, that's another logical explanation for the problem. Did you ever think that maybe you were like a green bean salad at a company potluck dinner? Did you ever think about it like that? Do you see the comparison that I'm trying to draw? Green bean salad at a company potluck dinner. Sure, everyone has a little taste, just to be polite. But nobody's filling up Tupperware with leftovers to take home and eat over the weekend for lunch. Maybe that's you. Maybe you're a green bean salad. Like the kind without bacon in it, the kind that sucks. So I took her to the side and tried to open up about myself. I said, listen up, green beans, I got a story to tell you. Once upon a time, there was a young man. He was 18 years old, and he had never had sex before. And then he did it for his very first time, and he was bad, just like you, because he hadn't practiced. But he didn't give up. He did it a second time, and he got a little bit better. And then he did it a third time, and he was really bad again, because it was a long time between the second time and the third time. It was 4 years, but that's not important for the story. What's important is he never gave up. And one time, he had sex with an older woman. And once, 2 women at the same time. And once, 1 woman and 60% of a dude that he was living with. And now that young man has grown into the adult that you see standing before you today. And if you play your cards right tonight, GB, this adult could be having sex with you. She called me an asshole and left. That's not fair. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great night. Thank you.
Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV, live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. Jodi Miller is taking the stage when we return. Welcome back to the Access TV presentation of Gotham Comedy Live. More laughs right now.
You've seen our next comedian on America's Got Talent. Please welcome Jodi Miller.
Yeah! Woo! You guys are amazing. So amazing to be here. I was on America's Got Talent, which was an amazing experience like this. What wasn't an amazing experience about that was that they broadcast my real age all over national television. It's fucking unacceptable. That's why I'm not on Tinder. I don't need them sweeping that shit, okay? Unacceptable. But here's the thing, it's not even so much that they broadcast my real age, it's that they led with my age. With any kind of like recap or interview, they were constantly like, 42-year-old comedian Jodi Miller. Come over here, 42, help her, she's 42, help her. Look at her eggs are falling out of her ovaries, get them, let's go. It's embarrassing and shocking. I had like a panic attack, and not that I'm very proud of my age, but I just had this vision that like when it flashed on the screen, so many young guys across the country were like, what the fuck, she said she was 31. The show also made me strangely competitive with children, which is a weird thing. You ever just look at a kid on the street and you're like, I could take that bitch. It's weird, and there they are just like flying around in like weird costumes and feathers, bragging about how fucking flexible they still are. Man. A 10-year-old came running up to me backstage. She's like, this is my dream. This is all I've ever wanted my entire life. This is it. I need it. It's my dream. I'm like, bitch, you haven't even gotten your period yet. Next year you're gonna want a bicycle, okay? I sit at home mouth kissing my cat. I fucking need this. And then I cut the bitch. I fucking cut her. She needs to learn. I have to be honest with you. I'm so exhausted from trying to manifest my destiny. Anyone else? The fuck? That's a full-time job. Seriously, the breathing and meditating and visualizing and fucking vision boards. Oh my God. Every girl in here, you have so many vision boards, right? 100 of them. There's so many girls right now watching this show just cutting fucking pictures out. Yeah. I don't even know what I've asked for anymore. I have so many goddamn pictures over my house. I don't even know what, I'm like, why is there a picture of a pig on my fridge? Did I want a pet pig? Do I like bacon? Did I have sex with a guy who squeals? Nobody knows. I also have a lot of self-help books, obviously, that just comes along. I feel like when women get to a certain age, that's what we do. We just buy books. We're like, I'll figure it out in here, yeah. I'm so scared that if I die, someone's gonna find my Kindle and be like, wow, this bitch was fucked up. Because I have every book, like every book. I've got like The Secret, The Secret 2, The Secret of the Secret, The Power of the Secret, What the Fuck's a Secret? How to get what you want and want what you have, how to get what you want by taking it from someone else without them knowing that you took it. That's a good book. I also have like every dating book too. Like he's just not that into you. You're just not that into him. He's physically inside of you and still not that into you. I don't like those. I don't like dating books. I feel like they just contradict each other. All of them. They're like, don't call unless you text. Don't text unless you call. Don't ever text. Don't give blowjobs in your Honda CRV. What they all agree on is that you should never sleep with anyone on the first date. That's what they all say. Never sleep with anyone on the first date. But you know what? I'm over 40. There might not be a second date. I am going to fuck him on the first date if I want. Just take it. Yeah. In fact, that's going to be the name of my self-help book. Take it, bitch, you're over 40. I feel like it's going to be a bestseller. I feel like it's going to be. Like sleeping with young boys? Yeah. I'm a cougar, definitely. Well, I'm Jewish, so I'm a cougar. Which means I like to have sex with young guys, but I have a lot of guilt about it, sir. I do. I mean, not enough to stop, obviously. I just believe in our country's motto, no child left behind. That's my motto, too. Last guy that I was hooking up with was 25. He was adorable. We just had this adorable little, like, hookup. But he sent me a text one day that said, where have you been all my life? That's what the 25-year-old wrote. Where have you been all my life? I'm like, well, let's see. When you were born, I was a senior in high school. Now send me a picture of your dick. Right? Because that's what the guys do these days, right? You probably have a folder of dicks, right? Folder of his dicks. We do. It's so embarrassing, guys. Like, when I want to show people pictures of my cat, do you know how many dicks I have to move out of the way? A lot. It amazes me that you guys even do that. It's almost like you're shocked in the morning when you wake up and you still find it there. You're like, fuck, there it is. I gotta document it. Boom. I'm gonna speak for the majority of women in here and say, knock it off, okay? Right? And it's not that we don't appreciate a good picture. We do. It's that it scares the shit out of us. Because there's no lead into that weird, creepy, like, aerial view. You're just like, it's so weird. Especially when we're, like, in the car. And we're like, oh, I have a what the fuck is that? I was so shocked I walked out of the car. Just so I did. Like, it makes me think, like, what did guys do before camera phones? Like, don't you think about that? Like, I imagine some guy in the 80s and 90s just staring at himself naked, like, yeah. Oh, fuck, if she could see it now. She'd be right over, obviously. Quick, it's a Polaroid and a stamp. That actually would be a great letter to get. Wouldn't that be a great letter? Like, guys, the next time you want to send a dick pic, please go old school and mail that shit. Oh my God! Right? And do it with a Polaroid and only like half develop it. So we're like, oh my God, like, what is this? Oh my God! It's a dick. Well, that's going on my vision board. It's funny, younger guys just like different things than older guys. You do. The last guy I dated was a lot younger. He always wanted me to give him a hand job, which is so weird when anybody pulls your hand in that direction. It's like, I know where your dick is, asshole. You know what I mean? Like, no girl ever needs to be guided over there. You never need to pull us over there, you know what I mean? Like, we're never gonna be like, oh my God, I thought that was your collarbone, like I didn't know. Thank you. So one day I got so mad I pulled my hand away. He's like, why? How do you like to give a hand job? I'm like, with my mouth? Because I'm an adult. I'm sorry, what person after the age of 15 is even offering up this option is what I want to know. Right? Like, what girl somewhere is like, no, I just pull it, that's good. No, I didn't go to the gym today, so this is a good workout for me. Thanks for dinner, by the way. Super yummy. It's really good. Yes, sir, I give side-by hand jobs, in case you were wondering. Apparently while lunging. I'm not actually sure why I'm bearing down into this position. I'm actually pushing it in. I don't even know what this move is. I feel like it might be painful for some. And apparently he plays on the Knicks, because whose dick is up here? Like, nobody knows. I realize, though, it doesn't matter how old or young a guy is. You will always let us know when you're turned on, which I totally appreciate. I was on a date recently. We're just kissing goodnight. And right in the middle of the makeout session, this dude's like, look what you did to me. Like it's a PowerPoint presentation in your pants. Look what you did to me. I feel like younger guys do, look what you did to me. Older guys are like, look what I can still do. I actually host a show online, too, which is great. Anytime, though, you're posting anything nowadays online, you're subjecting yourself to a lot of crazy, insane comments, and I get it from both sides. Recently, somebody wrote, Jodi Miller should have been at the end of a rusty wire hanger 30 years ago. Yeah, I know, he thinks I'm 30. How awesome is that? My name is Jodi Miller. You guys are so amazing!
Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV, live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. Derek Gaines is taking the stage when we return.
Please welcome our next comedian. He's very funny. You've seen him on MTV. Here he comes, Derek Gaines.
What's happening? What's going on? Just got the census. Last about 300 30-year-old black man, no kids. I know y'all didn't see that shit coming. Yep, I'm doing good. You know, all I got is a outstanding Verizon bill. I'm doing good right now. But the reason I have to celebrate is because white women act like I'm some kind of diet. That's what makes it funny. They be like, black guy, 30, no kids? How'd you do it? What's your secret? You look so good. What's your secret? And I'll be like, well, miss, I pull out. That's basically. I don't ignore the tingle. I don't ignore the 3 seconds that God gives you to get the fuck out of there. I don't ignore that. That's when you. Oh, my fault. You almost got me, bitch. You almost got me. My life was about to be in shambles until I did that shit right there. Thanks be to God. Because you know what the tingle acts like? Let me tell you what the tingle acts like. The tingle acts like the sober friend at the bar. Yo, Dick, I know you're having a good time in here, man. But you got to be careful. You're going to throw up. No, I'm not going to throw up. I can handle my liquor. No, you can't. No, you can't, Dick. Brett, Dick, you thought. Ah, Dick, I hope you ain't cleaning this shit up for the next 18 years. I'm not built to be a dad, man. I'm not built to be a father. I'm built to be an uncle at best. And not even a good uncle, like a cheap uncle with bad advice. Like, hey, nephew, here's $10. Happy birthday and Merry Christmas. Use a condom, stay in school. Like, I'm not... There's a lot of reasons I can't have... Like, for one, I just moved out of my mom's house for the 4th time. I'm not ready. I'm a slow learner. I'm a slow fucking learner. I'm a slow learner. Like, I just started smoking weed at 28. I'm 30. You can't pass that shit off as a phase when you 28. I told my friend, yeah, nigga, I'm smoking weed now. And he was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You got cancer? Like, what? Do we gotta call the church, nigga? Like, what? You know, right? Like, you can't. And I tell you why, because, like, I'm doing all the dumb shit I was supposed to do when I was 16 now. Like, I'm dancing on the turnstile because I'm high. These Doritos is the most delicious shit I've ever had in my life. Like, oh my God, these Doritos, they're just so good. And I tell you why I couldn't do it at 16, because I was gullible, right? And they had those commercials that try to peddle like weed was as bad as alcohol, right? They try to give you that marijuana is just as bad as alcohol. If you're high, you're still under the influence. That's a crock of shit. And they try to fuck up your guilt, right? You've seen the commercials, right? It's always a girl, she's high. She's doing a beeline munchie run to the fridge. But then the dog hops on the counter. The dog hops on the counter and starts talking to her. Like, Lindsay, down here. Lindsay, I hate it when you smoke weed. You're not the same when you smoke. I feel like I'm losing my best friend. I'll be outside. I'm gonna let you go get your shit together. Drug-free America. Crock of shit. Cause you and I both know if that, like a real pothead would assess that situation completely different. Let me be beelining to the fridge for some munchies and my goddamn dog hop on the counter like, yo, nigga, we need to talk. I'll be on the phone with my dealer like, JR, you ain't gonna believe this shit. Are you sitting down? Matter of fact, get in your car. Meet me at the zoo in 40 fucking minutes. We talking to all the goddamn animals. I'm gonna figure out why these monkeys keep throwing shit on people, my nigga. This is Discovery. Can you imagine that? Like a pothead talking to a giraffe? That'd be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Hold on real quick. Let me just appreciate it. Thank you, appreciate it. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine like a pothead talking to a giraffe? That'd be kind of funny. Like, yo, Jeffrey, bend down real quick. Let me talk to you real quick. I just want to have a heart-to-heart with you really fast. You tall, I'm tall, right? Yo, your dad ever press you to play basketball? Cause you... That was corny. That was just goofy. I don't know, man. White people, don't be alarmed. I'm not that kind of black dude. I'm from the suburbs. Don't let the cool jacket fool you. I'm from the suburbs. I'm cul-de-sac black. There's no thug in me. There's so many things that disqualify me to be a gangster. Like, for one, I got eczema. That shit ain't cool. I got skin allergies. I can't be no thug. Stick up! Oh. How tough does this sound? Give me all the cortisone you got in your shit. Like, that don't... Cortisone, motherfucker, cortisone. Like, it don't even... Just not a thug. I can't do it. Girls kill me. Baby, where's your tattoos? I'll be like, bitch, I got dermatitis. That's God's tattoo. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Only person gangster in my family is my grandma. Anybody got a gangster-ass nana? Anybody? Nana? And not your nana. That's a beautiful nana right there. Not like a nana like that cut, crack, kill people. No. You ever met somebody with diabetes that just don't give no fucks? That's nana. Nana half deaf, half blind, right? Smokes 3 packs of cigarettes a day and has type 2 diabetes. I mean, she will sip Pepsi through a Twizzler if you let her. Like, at this rate, her blood type is melted Starburst, swear to God. And she don't care. Don't feel bad because she don't care. I'll tell you how she don't care. We playing cards one day, true story. Playing cards. Looking at my cards and her, we playing poker. I'll never forget this shit. This is when I knew Nana didn't care about life no more. We playing cards. I look at her, look at me. I'm like, I'm trying to coddle her back to life because I love my grandma. I'm like, Nana, you got to stop fucking with these sugars, baby, or they gonna cut your foot off. Nana looked at her cards, looked back at me. She was like, grandson, you might be right. They might cut my foot off. As long as they don't cut off this nice-ass hand I got. Flush, motherfucker. Now give me the ice cream out the freezer. I gotta take my insulin with something. Are you cutting? Yeah, insulin with vanilla ice cream, bitch? Are you? Anyway. I don't know, man. I'm not gangster. Just not. I dream too much. I'm a dreamer. Like, I daydream. Like, thugs can't daydream. Like, That's why they disqualify. Like, the other day I saw 2 thugs, black dudes, arguing outside of a diner, right? I made it funny in my head because I can do that shit. I'm a comedian. I saw 2 dudes arguing, right? One dude was yelling at the other dude. I was like, yo, that can turn into a gangster breakfast if they're not careful. And it wasn't them going in there robbing the joint. Nah, I actually made the one dude an English muffin, and I made the other dude a waffle. And they was arguing over who's the best breakfast bread of the plate. English muffin came up to the waffle, was like, yo, I was with your Aunt Jemima last night, got real sticky, son. What you just say to me? I was with your Aunt Jemima last night. Got real sticky, son. Yo, what the French toast, home fries? I can get you scrambled right where you stand. You don't know who I cinnamon roll with? Yo, screw your sausage links, cuz. I got all my nooks and crannies behind me. We can scrapple right here, right now if you want to. We'll keep talking grits, yo. Keep talking grits, yo. I don't know what corned beef hash you toasted on, but I swear to Bob Evans, I can have you face down in an IHOP trash can, because I'm Pop-Tarts. I'm cereal, biscuit. So with that joke, you know I'm single. There's a whole lot of pussyless nights trying to write that shit. And I'm single by choice, too. Like, I'm cheap, that's why. I'm cheap and I don't drink alcohol, so I know I'm doomed. Because single women, all they want is for strangers to buy them alcohol like it's not fucking expensive. And that bothers me. I had a girl come to me the other day. She was like, hey, daddy. Mm-mm. Hey, daddy. Mm-mm. You want to buy me a Long Island iced tea? I said, shit. I'll get you an Arizona iced tea. I don't know what the fuck wrong. It's a $14 beverage. We in Manhattan. You can get the Long Island for $13. Just not that guy, man. I'm just not that guy. But I've spoken. I love y'all. Derek Gaines.
Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV, live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City. John Fisch is taking the stage when we return. Welcome back to the Access TV presentation of Gotham Comedy Live. More laughs happening right now.
You've seen our next comedian on Letterman. Please welcome the very funny John Fisch.
Thank you, guys. This is great. New York City, I've lived here about 12 years. I feel like I have become very entitled, but I have also had to lower my standards at the same time. It's like a weird yin-yang thing, you know what I mean? Like, if you're from New York and you come to my apartment, you're impressed. But if you're not from New York, you're like, are you okay? Are you aware your mattress touches 3 of the walls in your bedroom? Bedroom. I love my neighborhood. I live in Astoria. My building is, Astoria. My building's old. I try to keep my apartment clean, but there's still bugs. There's nothing you can do, right? But like when I first moved in and I saw a bug in my apartment, it freaked me out. Like I trapped the bug in a cup. I brought it to my landlord. I was like, have you ever seen this kind of bug? What are we gonna do about this bug? Are there other bugs like this that I need to worry about? I saw a bug in my shower like the other day. I was like, just stay on your side of the shower, buddy. Here's some of that soap you like. He was like, thanks, dude. How come you don't buy shampoo no more? So short, he has no idea what's going on. I am starting to think I go to the sushi restaurant in my neighborhood too much, because when I got these new glasses, they were the first people to notice. And I usually go by myself, but I threw them off one day. I come in, they're like, table for 1. I'm like, no, I'm meeting a friend. And I swear to God, the guy goes, he has friends! To the whole restaurant. And then I had to wait 5 minutes for my friend. I'm like, great, they think I have an imaginary friend. Other weird stuff has happened to me at this place. They gave me a Christmas present last year. I'm just sitting there eating. They brought me a wrapped bottle of sake. They're like, Merry Christmas from everybody at Watawa. Seems joyous, but at the moment I was like, I do not know what is sadder right now. That a restaurant just gave me my only Christmas gift. Or that these people, who I guess are my best friends, these people keep forgetting that I am Jewish. I don't look Jewish in their defense, which sometimes makes me feel like I'm an undercover Jew. Like I'm on the lookout for anti-Semitism. I'll hear somebody like, yeah, they really Jewed us down on that one. I'm like, pardon me, sir, but I am Jewish. That was offensive. Prepare to be audited. I have a brother. He is also a Jew. He married a non-Jew, an Italian Catholic lady. You guys have a lot of emotions invested in this. They have 2 kids. They have 2 little girls, and they didn't know how they were going to raise them. It was a big thing, and then they just decided to raise them both Jewish, totally ignoring my suggestion of raising one of them Jewish and the other one Catholic. And then we'd get to see who wins. It's a good idea. You guys are right. I love my nieces. They are adorable. My older niece is 9 already. She is very funny and somehow jaded. She came up to me out of nowhere one day and just goes, so, where's your family? I'm like, well, you're my family. She goes, no, your real family. I'm like, don't you think if I had kids, I would introduce you to them at some point? She goes, I don't know, and just walked away. I don't know, don't need an answer, just wanted you to think about your life for a little while. We're all not impressed. My life is weird to her. I turned 41 this year. I have never been married. It's not going well. But thank you. I've never been married. I kind of thought I'd be divorced by now. I've been dating divorced women lately, which you guys know that saying, all the good ones are taken? Good news, they'll be back. Guess who's there to help you pick up the pieces? A man-child. Even my buddies are divorced, which is weird. It's like we're living the same lives again all of a sudden. We just got there so differently. It's like I've been on a direct flight. Sitting in first class. Meanwhile, they've been on a Greyhound bus for 12 years. Still dating though. It's I am on the online. The Tinder people? Are the Tinder people here? Yeah, I guess. If you haven't heard of Tinder, this is gonna blow your mind. Tinder is just an app on your phone, and based on GPS, it notifies you what women are in the area. And you swipe left if you don't like them. You swipe right if you do. And I am addicted to it. I just sit on it for hours until they run out of women. And then I just drive to another area. It's awful. It's warping my brain too, because I'm on it all day like this. I can't even walk down the sidewalk. I see women. I'm like, yup, nope, yep. It's killing me. OkCupid, that's a little more my speed. OkCupid is a website. A dating website. They ask you like a series of fun questions like, would you consider sleeping with someone on the first date? I'm like, I don't even need the date. But based on your answers, they figure out what percentage match you are, what percentage friend you are, and what percentage enemy. So I've decided to put love on hold to find my arch nemesis. I'm gonna do it. And I'm gonna have sex with her. and then I'm gonna marry her best friend. I feel like I have to marry her best friend. I don't know. I'm at a weird place in my life, guys. I don't know. I told you, no girlfriend, no wife. All my family lives in Massachusetts. I live here. I realized recently just how alone I am because my emergency contact is going to be surprised. Right? You get that call, you're like, wait, what? I'll be right there. My person's gonna be like, Watawa Sushi, can I help you? You mean spicy combo guy? Yeah, we'll come get him. Always tip good, guys. They come get you. They come get you on a bike, but they come get you. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Stay tuned for more laughs on Access TV, live from the Gotham Comedy Club in New York City.
Jodi,